Thirsty. Good drink. Should be a sponsor, or I should get sponsored. Diet Coke. You want to sponsor me? Drink too much. Man. What can you guys see in this picture? Oh my God! What a freaking mess! It's disgusting, my garage. Sorry about that. Wish there was a way I could. If there was only a way that this could all just get cleaned up. You know, like maybe if I didn't occupy myself with so many other things, I could clean my garage. That's probably a good idea, but I'm not going to. Not today, at least. All right, so I need to do some cleaning. Definitely not using. Okay, so the next step. What's the next step? Anybody know? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing next. Oh. So, in order to keep track of parts, and this may seem kind of ridiculous. Actually, I want to get the old Joe Rockstar cam going for the videos. This live stream is not the it's not the typical thing that I do, but oh my God, I have to bend over so low to look into that camera. Okay, well, whatever. So what I do is, in order to keep from losing anything, I have been basically loosely putting things back together. So take it apart, disassemble, remove whatever I've got to remove, and then I reassemble the pieces that I'm not working on like this. Just kind of like, not perfect or anything. So we're gonna need a box, put this stuff in. Piece in the butt? No. Okay, so, oh, crap. Like, is anybody on here? There's 3 of you. Well, hopefully the 3 of you can use this. Hey, mate. So hopefully one of the 3 of you can use this. If you ever decide to do this, and you're taking apart the head here, so the instructions are going to tell you to work these bolts from the inside out and all that good stuff. Then, and if you're watching a YouTube video, you'll probably be like watching some guy do it and be like, not realizing that it's not live television. We edit our videos and you don't get to see everything. And one of the things that happened to me, pull this off. And I'll show you here in a second. I just gotta get all these bolts out. It's really, really bad, and everybody should know if you're ever going to do this. All right. Cam bridge thing off. Whoops, 2 more bolts. So get this off, and then you get your cams out. Assembly, right? And then you pull it off the engine block, and the first thing you probably want to do is you want to see, like, hey, what's my spark plug and my valves look like? And then you flip it over, and little pawls that hold the shims in, yeah, they're going to open up and your shims are going to fall out. And good luck remembering which shims or knowing which shims go to which valve spring. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like at all, like you have no idea what the hell is a shim, Joe, I don't even know what that's for, I don't suggest you try doing any of this until you learn what that is. But the shims and these little pawls that go over the top of them, yeah, the pawls will just open up, let the shims fall right out. And here's the crazy thing. I know somebody's going to think I'm full of shit, but I promise you this is exactly what happened. I flipped it over to look inside. Okay, I flipped it over, I'm sorry, to look at the valves and look at the spark plug and see what condition it was in. And they fell out, like one or two of them fell out, one of them stayed in. I ended up measuring them all and kind of figured out which ones came out of which area because two of them stayed in and the one that fell out was kind of like right next to the springs. So I made this little diagram, all right, and then I taped them to the diagram. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm pointing at the wrong camera. But I got to point at this camera too. All right, so I made the little diagram, taped the shims to them. All was cool. I'm like, yeah, good, that'll probably work. If not, I'm going to have to probably do some valve adjusting anyway, re-shim it, whatever the case may be. And then I was cleaning this thing up, and I noticed something down there in the bottom. And I got out my little magnet tool, and this is what I found. A 5th shim. Where the hell did this thing come from? I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to stack shims on top of shims. But it had to be in there. Did the guys who worked on this last, and I'm not saying anything, but did they leave a shim floating around in there? It seems like it's not likely. Seems like it would probably do some damage. But I'm telling you guys, I've never, ever put a shim in any of my bikes or taken one out of any of my bikes. But there are 5 shims. There's something I wanted to do with this shim. I'm gonna have to figure out, see if it's at least close to the same size as the others. And I swear to God, I need to get more organized. Ooh, are you kidding me? Yeah, if you're gonna do this kind of stuff, you really, really, really gotta be organized. Not like me. This is the how not to do this stuff. I don't know if you noticed the title I put. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna mess this up. Well, that's odd. Who's there? The MX Guru. Oh my God, I got an MX Guru in here. Maybe you can help me out. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Well, I think we can all figure out what I'm doing wrong. I think it's pretty obvious in a lot of ways. What the heck did I do? My over here somewhere. There we go. My little measuring tool. I don't know if that's not the right term for these, but whatever. Let's see how big this shim is. Okay, so two. Wait, let's zero it. Try it one more time here. 204, 205, 2.04, 2.04, 2.05, 2.05, 2.04. All right, so 2.04. Well, they're all pretty close to the same size. We got 2.03, 08, 10, 197. Maybe that 197 is the odd guy out. I don't know. Well, we'll see when I put this thing together. But yeah, it would behoove you that if you once you take your head apart, before you flip it over, make sure you have, the exhaust side facing one way. You know which way that is. And then you take a magnetic tool and then just boop, pull that one out, tape it down on a diagram, pull the next one out, tape it down on a diagram, do all 4 of them, then remove your head and flip it over and take a look at it. All right, so lesson learned. Hopefully somebody learned something from my dumb mistakes. All right. Woo! We got a storm coming. It's getting windy out here. Take these off. Okay. So we're going to need a gasket for that. And I think I just put that on, right? Let's see, a new gasket. We need a new gasket. We don't want an old gasket. Did I put it up here already? Oh, I did. There it is. Okay, so it's going to go this way. Got the dowels in. And then, of course, dang it, I got to check something. I'll be right back. All right. Did I lose everybody? Almost everybody except for two of you. You guys are like diehards, sticking with the channel. Love it. Appreciate it. Oh, I think one of you is me. All right. So that's okay. All right, so now we're going to put the head on. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to check about whether or not to put some gasket sealer on here, or I was checking to see if I should put some. I got to talk about this camera too. I got checking to see if I should put some gasket sealing on here, and nothing I can find says to. So the only thing I got to do is I got to make sure that we put it on right so that these two holes line up with the holes there for the water jacket. So my timing chain keeper design here kind of leaves a lot to be desired. Okay, so here's the gasket. And well, that does not line up. No, it does not. So I still did it wrong. But you can tell that it was going on wrong because it doesn't line up right. There you go. So now it's all lined up all the way around. I really, really feel like I should put some kind of gasket, liquid gasket or something on there, but since when am I an engineer, right? Since when do I know what the right thing to do is? Right? So we're getting closer to the part where we find out whether I screwed this up or not. That's a good thing. You know, we need, this is hardly rock stylish. Rock star stylish? Rock star. Wow, am I seriously having trouble with this? I was so proud of my design. Ooh, I gotta remember to remove this cam chain tensioner as well. And you want to make sure you put your head on facing the right direction. I'm not an expert, but I think that's important. So, all right, it's on. Take that cam chain tensioner off. It's not screwed in all the way or anything. Oh, wow, there's only one person watching. I think it's me. Very cool. All right, so we got to get the oil out of this thing. It's going to be a pain in the butt. This is riveting content. Everybody left. Okay, so for whoever's watching this, I think there's one person at least. Cam chain tensioner, you want to basically compress it, get all the oil out of it. We're not even there yet. I just did it because it was still attached, and I wanted to get it off there. Okay. So, right there. I'll put this rag in there. We don't want anything falling down in there. Now it's time to tighten the head down. And I'm going to do a little quick cleaning around areas that I missed. So I did really good cleaning inside the head. I did not clean much outside the head. So I got a little contact cleaner. Just an electronics cleaner. Just gonna squirt a little bit there. I had all these plans on having a clean engine, and I never finished it. Got sidetracked. Well, the inside's clean, and that's important. That's like half the battle, 100% of the battle. 10% of the battle. Obviously not good at math. So this is kind of tricky. So there's a couple of washers here. And it should be fine as long as I use it. Yeah, which I didn't have a couple days ago, and now I do. And oh yeah, that makes things a ton easier. Yeah, look at that. Way easier. Totally was anticipating this being much more difficult. Nice tool to have. You should get one if you don't have one. Little magnetic tool. So we get the bolts down in there. All right. I don't want to put the dirty ones that used to be on the outside on the inside. Well, none of them look really clean. Yeah, they all look pretty much the same. So, the socket for these. So, if you're a noob like I am, KTM's and Huskies, they always have like the odd number sockets, except for the 10 and the 8. Like then it just goes odd from there, like 13 and 17 and so on and so forth. I don't know if that makes any sense. Probably not. Should just stop talking. Okay, so this is going to be a challenge. Let's try using that magnet again. It's the only way to learn. Right? Let's a little bit interesting situation to try and get these things started. And I'm not cinching anything down yet, just getting them started. You don't want to be impatient here and start wrenching down on it and it's not seated. Obviously, that would be bad. Two in there. So it says there's 3 of you guys watching. Holy crap, that's like a lot of people. I think I got to put my black over that so I can see. Okay, there we go. 3 people type in the chat. Say hi. Wow, serious storm coming in here. That's my garage door fluttering in its braces. Okay, so I have a small issue. At some point, just knocked that plastic bag over, and inside of it was a washer that I need. So I'm gonna have to look around for that. We need to check the manual and see what the torque specs are here. All right, torque specs. So I got a new torque wrench. I've never used it before. Hi, I've got a new torque wrench. I've never used it before. I'm going to back this camera because this is just not helping. Not that I'm probably ever going to use this for anything because I'm doing the live stream, but kind of sucks. All right. So I know this isn't the most riveting or entertaining television, but if you're bored and you got nothing else to do, you can keep watching. I have to learn how to use my torque wrench. So I did read these instructions once before, but that was back when I thought I was going to get my parts on time. Yeah, this is that AC Delco electronic torque wrench. Let's see here. Let's see. So what are the 2 nodes? All right, so power on, we got that. That's easy, 0 function. When power's on, the digital torque tool can be zeroized at measure mode by press and release. Yeah, that's great. How to set peak mode or trace mode. Okay, trace mode when, oh, it's track mode. It says trace mode, then it says track mode. When in track mode, the wrench will display real-time torque. Peak mode, when in peak mode, the wrench will hold the highest measured reading on the display until zero cleared. How to select a unit, press the setting button more than 2 seconds to set mode. So, turn on, press the set button, 2 seconds. It's not blinking. It's supposed to blink. Yeah, that didn't work, guys. Okay. Press the setting button. Number 16. F. Where that's more than 2 seconds. No, it's flashing. It's flashing. Okay, so no one. Okay, when the desired measuring, so when you see digits are blinking, press the setting button 16 again to select the desired measuring unit. What? Oh, I see. Okay. Nanometers. Got it. All right, we got nanometers. Okay. When the desired is used displayed, press the second one 2 seconds to confirm. Okay, and then alarm value. Press the setting 16 1 2 seconds to set mode. Oh, the camera just said hell with me. It's not filming anymore. Press the up button and down button to the target torque value. Okay, so I gotta go find out what the target torque values are, and then I'll be right back. All right, so it's 10, 30, then 50 nanometers. So put an extension on it. 10 we're going to do by hand, because 10, you don't need a torque wrench for 10. I mean, that's just like barely tight. So just tighten like that. That's probably more than 10 actually. Whoops. Back off that one. So we're going to do it in a crisscross. This one. There we go, this one. 10's about hand tight. And we're going to switch over to the torque wrench. Okay, it's in nanometers. Got it set to 20 for now. Whoops. And it's not reading anything. So Damn it. I obviously don't know how to work a wrench. And I'm going to end up warping my own head, right? Oh, wait. But there's only 2 of you here to witness it. It didn't happen. Okay. So try this again. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So probably not the best place to practice on my engine. Let's see. More instructions. More reading of instructions. I think that was all there was to it, right? Set it, tell it what you want to do. Apparently not. How do you end up in the French thing? Okay. Yeah, this just doesn't seem like it should be all that complicated. But apparently it is. All right, so we're going to go to the old-fashioned one that's not super reliable, but at least it works. So we're going to test it at 10 foot-pounds. There's neither one of my torque wrenches work. There we go. Okay, so that supposedly is 10 foot-pounds. I'm not comfortable with the form. I gotta figure out how to get the other one working. Okay, we're gonna find some other bolts or whatever to practice on. I don't get it. I don't get it. Neither torque wrench is working. I just don't understand. They're both. Oh, there we go. So it works. Just takes a while to get there. So we need to set this to. So it's supposed to go up to 50 nanometers. So wait, what I keep saying nanometers? I don't know how many times I've probably said that. Newton meters. Torque. So there's 30. Let's see what happens here. So on this rolly wheel bench I've got here, this is the best idea. So that's 30. Next one is to 50. All right, here goes 50. This would be easier if it was already on the bike, right? Zero it down. We go around this way. Hope you don't mind my back. All right. Okay, so the new torque wrench does work, I think. Hopefully those settings are all right. We didn't break anything, we didn't damage anything. Oh man, it's stressful. Stressful stuff. I'm super outside of my comfort level at this point. There's like a, I don't know, the gasket's kind of sticking out a little bit on here, and I don't remember it's supposed to be that way. But I'm positive I had that thing in there right. I'll show it to you guys. You probably can't see it. This won't reach. All right, so right here, same thing on this side. Oops, was it on this side? swear it's, yeah, it's sticking out on that side. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. Wow, this camera gets hot. This little webcam is burning my hand. Craziness. All right. Well, everybody's jumping off. Maybe it's time to turn this thing off. I don't know. Way outside of my comfort zone right now. Okay, so now it's time to put some shims back in there. We got exhaust going this way. Of course, this is just a guess because, like I said, they fell out. Oh, Jesus. Right there. Assembly lube. Maybe it holds it in there. So we'll know for sure how everything went once I get this sucker put back together. And then I can check valve clearances again. It's gonna be crazy if it turns out that fifth shim just got left in there by the guys who worked on this last. Oops, wrong side. CSA. And I really, really appreciate CSA for helping me out so many times and continuing to be a Patreon sponsor. They do. Everybody makes mistakes. That would be a bad one. We're not even 100% sure if that's what happens, so just keep on trucking until the finish line here. So this one is here. And what we need to do is we need to make sure that this is lined up properly. Oh, geez, look at that on the first try. It's about where it's supposed to be. That's the way you kind of want things to turn out when you're doing stuff like this. First try. I bet this one's not going to go in that easy. In the right spot. It's on top. Wow. I lined up pretty good. Wasn't really expecting that. I'm not expecting that to be that easy. A little bit of assembly lube. Can't hurt, right? So when we first run this engine, there's not going to be a whole lot of oil in here. So I'm using the assembly lube to kind of make up the difference. Hopefully make up the difference. While it pressurizes, the oil system pressurizes and starts shooting oil. So for that meantime, well, there's nothing in there. We'll have something to keep the metal parts from wearing down too easy. Put some of the races here. Just a little bit. Each one. Spark plug. Let's put a spark plug in there. Those things are kind of sort of necessary. Oh, wait. Well. I know I own a spark plug. Just don't know where I put the damn thing. Yeah, I'm not sure where I put my spark plug. That doesn't go in yet. All right, well, we'll just continue, and I'll look for the spark plug later. So I got to get the torque specs for these, and I'm going to run them in by hand to start with. I guess we can cut this thing off now. Let's get the full-size ones. It's been a long day, right? And I got to go look at, because there's a specific order to how these are supposed to be untightened and tightened. Can't remember if it was inside out or outside in, so I'm going to have to go look at the manual again. So we'll get those torque specs in the order in which they get tightened. All right, so it's 10 nanometers from the inside screws to the outside screws, and lubricated with engine oil. So we would pull them out, put some lube on them. Then we also need to blow out the nozzles. So there's nozzles in here that squirt the oil inside. So good test fit. That's what that was. Yeah, that was just a test fit. If I can just, if all the good that I do by filming myself doing this or putting this live is teach there's like two people what not to do, or at least set an example of a bad example. There we go. Speed this process up a little bit. A little bit of compressed air. Fortunately, I had some of that. That's all of them, right? There's nothing in there. A little bit of engine oil. stink. I can smell me. It's not good. Grab something. Torque wrench. I think it's 14.3. I'm just about to check before I start yanking on it. $14. Not 14.3. 14. All right. All right, so that takes care of the inside. Next, we do the outside. Is there anybody still watching this? No. That's good. Okay, there we go. So next is the cam chain tensioner. Now this is a little more, oh shit, I forgot something important. Gotta find that washer that I dropped, because we forgot to put this on. And then it's supposed to have a washer underneath it. Now we can do this cam chain tensioner stuff. So start with a little bit of cleanup here. All right, so that's enough to convince me that it didn't fall out here. That means it's on the ground somewhere. Shit. And I found it. Fantastic. And this one's supposed to be tightened to 10, which is hand tight. I mean, it really is. Where do you need opening? It's about 10. Okay, that's done. The camera stopped again. And I have a loose seal for this. Prix. And then I don't have, oh wait, it's 3 on. Oh shit. Old gasket. Hmm. I'm not tightening this down yet. I'm an idiot. Gotta get that cam chain tension out of there. And we go outside of this. Oh, it's nighttime already. When I first started, it was daytime. It's nighttime. Okay. So I saw this thing on YouTube by somebody unlike me. I think knows what they're doing. Use a dime and a nickel to get the space right on the cam chain tensioner. So I'm just gonna double check this with my. I'm just gonna measure these real quick and let's just see. Yeah, that comes out to 305. It's not supposed to be 305. It's supposed to be like 2.5. I don't think that's right. So I don't think I'm going to use that. So before I go and do that, let's double check and see what it's supposed to be. All right, so the final, this thing's supposed to come down, final position, 3 millimeters, and you're supposed to measure it against something that's 2.5. So these are not going to work. That's a dumb video. Let's see if I find. That's what I get for listening to somebody on the internet. You guys should listen to me, by the way. Let's see, do I have something 2.5 millimeters thick? Maybe this. I measure it. Ooh. I know, because I have to do this on the hard ground. Yeah, that's not right. 2.5. It's just a little too big. Let's see what I have. This is right. Dang it, not quite. It's not working. So I don't know what to say. It's just not working. I'm gonna keep trying. It's not the best entertainment, I know. It's more important, obviously, that I get this right. So I gotta find something that's 2.5 millimeters. Some washers, maybe. Some other washers besides those ones. Here's a washer. I never thought it would be this hard to find washers in my garage. Apparently, I don't keep a whole lot of washers here. Really? I have like no washers in here. All right, well, there's one. Maybe it'll just take one to get us to that 3 millimeters. Let's see here. How wide is this? .74. Maybe we do this with the dime. Oh yeah. Think we got it. Think we got it. Dime and the washer together. There we go. Ha ha ha. It worked brilliantly. Let me just double check. Yeah. Man, I need to be more organized. More organized. Organized. I do. Just double check it. Three. There we go. Perfect. So when I was going over this project, like how to do all this stuff, that was probably one of the things I thought was going to be the least of my problems. Turned out to be a little bit of a challenge there. All right. Got to check the guide real quick.
Hello? Can I go out there? Are you live streaming still? Are you live streaming? Can I go to the bridge?
If you're still watching, you're crazy. How many hours did I have? Okay, so was it Jay Smith? There was 107 hours on it, and I tore it down because I was already starting to I was already starting to pull things apart, and I just decided, you know what, let's just go all the way and do the top end. And a part of that was because I keep seeing puffs of white smoke coming out of the tailpipe even after it's been warmed up and ridden for a while. So I thought maybe I was hoping that it was just the gasket maybe that needed to be replaced, possibly rings. So I just went ahead and did it. I mean, I don't want to, I can't pay somebody to do it right now. It's just not in the cards financially. So anyways, cam tensioner, I had to go print out the instructions. There's too many things to remember. I don't want to try and wing it. So I think that's 24-inch. Pretty sure it's 24. This is 22. Yeah, it's 24. I got 22 millimeter. We're gonna have a 24 millimeter. I do own a 24 millimeter wrench. Here it is. Okay, so it says put that in there, and it's supposed to get torqued to 40 nanometers. Now, that's one that I'm not going to be able to do with the torque wrench. That's about right. Okay, so then we're supposed to remove this little inner screw here. That is an Allen. Once we remove it, press the timing chain tensioner towards the timing chain using a special tool. We don't have that special tool, but I believe it's just a punch. I need to look inside there. Yeah, she'll work with a punch. Let's see if this one will work. There we go. Special tool. Timing chain tensioner unlocks. Well, I don't know if it unlocked or not. It's supposed to make a sound. I think it unlocks because it's moving. Okay. And put that piece back in. Eight nanometers, or Newton meters. Jesus, I keep saying nanometers. 8 Newton meters. Done. Okay. All right, so the next thing to do put some feeler gauges under there. Let's see what this thing actually looks like as far as valve clearance goes. Okay. This one shouldn't go. Oh, that one might be the wrong one. Okay, so that one's definitely not right. I think that's the one that's the smallest one, probably the wrong one. So 15 should fit on these else. I gotta check. It goes there. I gotta check the manual just to make sure I'm checking the right. trying to watch something that'll help put him to sleep? Oh no, I lost the chat. Maybe you guys are trying to talk to me. I just don't know. Let's see. I have to log into my own live stream to see the chat. So weird. Such a weird world we're living in now. Well, this is what people do for fun. How do I get the... I'm supposing somebody can help me figure this out. There we go. Oh, nobody's talking to me, huh? All right. Well, I'll just keep on trucking. Okay, so intake valves on this side, these two. Exhaust valves. All right, so the intake is, let's see, 0.10 to 0.15 millimeters. That's the intake side right here. Oops. Oh, let's just take that off and get it out of the way for now. All right, so intake side, 10 to 1, or 0.10, 0.15, 0.13 to 0.18 on this side. So let's see where we're at here. So 0.10, let's go one lower, it shouldn't go in. Wait, actually that would go in. I'm sure 10 is going in for sure. Slight drag. That's good. And then up to 0.15, right? There's 0.15. 0.15 does not go in. 0.15 goes in. That should be the limits. And fortunately, I jumped right up to 1.7. 1.7 goes in, but it's pretty tough. But I mean, it shouldn't go in at all. All right, on these sides, no 1.7. No 1.7. All right. What's the low? 1.3. 1.5. 1.5 does not go. 1.5 goes. Okay. Uh-oh. Mama's home. Hear the dog barking? Okay, so this one's 13. Oh, they're going crazy. Going crazy because Mama's home. All right, so definitely going to have to adjust the shims. They're not right. I'm going to kill this for now because Mom's home. I need to eat some. I haven't had dinner or anything yet. It's pretty late. Appreciate those of you guys who stopped by to watch. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up. I'm sure maybe watching to see if I messed something up. So far, we won't know until I get this thing together and we'll give it a shot. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.